As we welcome in a new year, State Representative Lisa Brown continues to serve as our voice in Lansing, and her efforts are already paying off. Since coming to Lansing, Lisa has worked to bring jobs to Michigan, stand up for education, strengthen consumer protections, diversify our economy, and reform state government so the people of Michigan truly come first. Today, we take a look back at her efforts in 2009. Lisa Brown remains committed to diversifying the economy and growing industries that will lead to a stronger Michigan. By capitalizing on our top-notch workforce and infrastructure, Michigan is poised to become a leader in alternative energy and capitalize on this emerging industry, which has the potential to create tens of thousands of jobs. Earlier this year, Lisa introduced legislation that will transform the shuttered Ford plant in Wixom into a cutting-edge alternative energy park. As part of Lisa's efforts, two companies leading the way in large-scale advanced batteries and solar energy technology will anchor the park and are expected to create at least 3,250 jobs.
Michigan is primed to lead the nation in alternative energy. The Wixom plant is the first large-scale conversion of an automotive production plant into an alternative energy park in Michigan. This transformation is symbolic of the change to come in Michigan as we diversify our economy. Attracting emerging companies in alternative energy will help put our residents to work building the solar, wind, and smart grid technologies that will power the 21st century and position our region to attract even more job providers.
Lansing is broken, and business as usual just isn't working. In an effort to change the way things are done in Lansing, Lisa voted for reforms to hold our elected officials accountable and to ensure that lawmakers are sharing in the sacrifices made by families across the state. She also voted to cut the salaries of lawmakers and other elected officials, including her own, by 10%. Lisa also introduced a plan to dock lawmakers' pay when they miss session with an unexcused absence and supports a plan to dock lawmakers' pay when they fail to balance the budget on time. She also supports a plan to end free lifetime health care for Michigan's legislators.
We must pursue any effort to increase government efficiency and ensure that the interests of the people come first. When legislators fail to show up for work, their constituents are robbed of representation. Taxpayers shouldn't have to pay legislators who don't show up for work. It's that simple. It's one of the first rules we all learn when we enter the workforce. If you don't work, you don't get paid.
As a mother of three boys, Lisa Brown understands the importance of a quality education for our children's future. During difficult budget negotiations, Lisa voted against deep cuts to education proposed by the Senate. She also opposed cuts to 20J schools, including more than $10.2 million to schools in her district, and introduced a plan to restore $52 million in education funding to schools across the state.
Like all parents, I want the best for my children. When I send my three boys off to school, I trust they are going to get a quality education that will allow them to pursue their dreams. A top-notch education is imperative for our children to compete for 21st century jobs. Our community has some of the best schools in the state, and I am working to make sure it stays that way. I will not support cuts that compromise our children's future. Michigan's budget should not be balanced on the backs of our children. I will continue working to create jobs, rebuild our economy, strengthen consumer protections, fight for our schools, and reform our government so it works for you. In every decision I make, my main consideration is how it will affect residents in Commerce Township, West Bloomfield, and Wolverine Lake. My door is always open. If I can be of any assistance to you or your family, feel free to contact me about any issues or concerns that matter to you. Thank you for watching.